Peace and light, light and peace. Welcome to OahspeCollegeUniversity, solution to yesterday's ancient knowledge. Topic of discussion today is Ark of the Covenant decoded. Ark of the Covenant decoded. For centuries now, we've had a lot of societies. You've got brotherhoods, secret societies, spiritual brothers and sisters who have tried to get a proper understanding of what was this Ark of the Covenant. We even got to the situation where you got people that actually look for this. They've classified the Ark of the Covenant as a relic, where they look for this locality to where was it located, where is it now, can we get a hold of it? Because when you read the description of what it does in the Tanakh, the extra Bible, the King James Bible, it appears to be a weapon of destruction. Not only was it a weapon of destruction, but the weapon, it was used to also safeguard or to guide the Israelite during certain times. Um, for years now, I've been reading the OAPC since April of 2017, and part of the OAPC College University teaching is to bring information out, guide people, teach people, and then from there they can go on their own and learn. And when I was reading OAPC last week, I saw this Ark of Bond, and I was like, interesting. So people are looking for this information. What exactly is this? But the information is just right there, stated in the OAPC, what the Ark of the Covenant is, right? So I'm going to be reading from the basic Bible of the extra Bible. For those of you who don't know, the extra Bible was compiled by the Christian God by the name of Luomong. And he compiled it to show that he was the one that wrought the miracles for the Israelites. Um, and he used that to gain control of the Israelite. So I'm going to be reading from the basic extra Bible from the OAPC, verse 18. The woman Koita did as commanded, and Moses commanded workmen to make a tabernacle. Listen to this carefully. To make a tabernacle, a model or of an image of a place of worship, a portable temple. You see that? And the sacred implements were kept within this tabernacle. And this, listen to this carefully. OAPC is decoding the exact meaning of the Ark of the Covenant. And this was the corporeal base of the Ark of Ban, a locality in the Ethereal heaven by which the light of the second heaven reached the earth to Moses and his people, in a pillar of cloud by day, of the light by night. Let me read this in one more time. This is extremely juicy. I don't want anyone coming back to me saying, "Oh, brother Wame, I think you missed something again. Oh, you did not show clarity. Source up. Give us your source." This is the source of the information. I read and decode using the OAPC. That's what I do. And sometimes I can go to Google and gather some information. But verse 18 in the basic of extra Bible clearly stated here, this was the corporeal base of the Ark of Ban. And for those of you who don't know what Ark of Ban is, that's the circle when Moses came around. A locality in the Ethereal heaven by which the light of the second heaven reached the earth to Moses and his people, and in a pillar of cloud by day and of light by night. So some of you must have read the extra Bible, the King James Bible, the Tanakh, and you see they said they had a pillar of cloud by day of the light by night, and people were wondering, what is this, right? And verse 23, so I'm jumping, right? The Ark of Ban immediately sent Jerob, an Ethereal angel, into the Israelite camp, giving him 2,000 inspiring spirit to counteract the labors of Baal and Ashtaroth. So this Ark of Ban is some type of communication. It is no different how we have a cell phone tower today, and if you need to reach somebody in Russia, all you gotta do is pick up your cell phone line and dial that number, and that cell phone of yours will reach to a tower that's located, say for example, in Brooklyn. And that tower will now communicate with another tower in Washington, D.C., and that tower will immediately communicate, right? We communicate with a tower in United Kingdom, and from there we communicate straight on to Russia. So what this verse clearly stated here is that the Ark of the Covenant, that Ark of the Covenant that they were carrying out, that it was a portable device which had a direct communication to second heaven. Okay? It's stated here clearly. This was the corporeal base of the Ark of Ban, a locality in the interior heaven by which the light of the second heaven reached the earth to Moses and his people. You see, a direct communication. And we've seen in OahspeCollegeUniversity where how the Christian God, the Muslim God, even the other gods have used a light, or direct light, to communicate with the Aisus they want to communicate. Sorry, the Suis, which would be their prophet. If they needed to communicate with somebody, they had a direct line from their heaven, straight, and they communicate. So here is a sample. So a sample of what we're talking about. So if you're looking for a proper explanation of the Ark of the Covenant, here you have it, brothers and sisters. Now I'm going to go to another verse in order to show clarity. So because people were wondering in the book of Aqaba, chapter 18, verse 14, now from the place of Sukkot to the other side of the sea, a pillar of cloud preceded the Israelites by day, and pillar of fire stood over them by night. And the people looked, and everyone saw the cloud and the light. Here you have it. What was this pillar of cloud that gave them light? They were able to see during the day and the night. Was your Ark of the Covenant. Right there, no sugarcoating. And here is the verse side by side, so that the OahspeCollegeUniversity readers who want to learn from OahspeCollegeUniversity, students of OahspeCollegeUniversity, people who are new to OahspeCollegeUniversity, they can see clearly. So the basic of extra Bible is on the left side, verse 18, that talks about what this Ark of the Covenant is. And the book of Aqaba, chapter 18, verse 14, tells you the pillar of the cloud that the Israelites were using was actually the Ark of the Covenant. Yeah, you have it. And we've had books, articles out there, and that talk about this Ark of Covenant. And there's been a lot of theories, numerous of theories. You've got the History Channel that has given explanation to what they think the Ark of the Covenant is. You've got other articles, you've got historians, you've got Egyptologists who will try to give a proper explanation to what this Ark of Ban is. But when you look clearly and you read the OahspeCollegeUniversity gives you the raw information without sugarcoating. OahspeCollegeUniversity clearly tells you that the Ark of the Covenant is a communication. It was a communication between the world that we live in, where the Israelites were, and they had a light, a direct light going to second heaven, and this is how they were communicating back and forth. You see that? Because if you go back to if you look at the basic extra Bible, I had needed to point this out. Verse 23, it says the Ark of Ban immediately sent Jerob, an Ethiopian angel, into the Israelite camp, giving him 2,000 Israeli angels. That was very fast. So there was a communication, and the communication channel, right, was the Ark of the Covenant. And when you want to look at examples of what this will look like in our current era today, will be a cell phone. You want to call somebody, you call, you communicate. And the military armies, in the militaries, the navies, they use all these communication channels. I need 12 soldiers, right? I need 15 soldiers right now. And before you know it, you get it. So the Ark of the Covenant was a temporary base communication line, which OahspeCollegiUniversity says like it looked like a portable temple where they could carry back and forth. But if they needed, and he had a direct communication with heaven, there you have it. No sugarcoating, no lies. OahspeCollegiUniversity clears it up. It tells you exactly what it is. The Ark of the Covenant decoded. For those of you brothers and sisters, you historians looking for information, you got the OahspeCollegiUniversity, which was published in the year 1882. The book is just sitting there and people just don't understand. They don't want to read it, but you got to read the book to understand. This book has lots of information. This book has numerous of information, giving you historical events, giving you archaeology events, giving you information that you've been looking for that you've never find, and you've been looking for answers. And the OahspeCollegiUniversity has the answers right here. And a lot of people don't even want to, lower their intuition to say, let me take this book and read it. Let me take this book and just get a proper understanding. If you take this book and read it, I guarantee you a lot of questions that you've had that was not answered will be answered. And the information is right there. You think the Creator is going to send another angel to our world to give us answers when the Creator already know the answer lies in the OahspeCollegiUniversity? That would be a contradiction. Why would he come back and send another prophet? Or why would he send an inspiring angel to come inspire people again on information that already exists? Doesn't that sound contradiction? It makes no sense. You see? The information is there. And that's why a lot of people have not got an answer, because the thing lies there and they will have to right there, the Ark covered and decoded without sugarcoating. Brothers and sisters, light and peace.
And another thing that we've learned from the Akapan is this explains why a lot of Israelites are able to get their prayers answered right away, because they had a direct communication from the camp of Israel or the land of Israel, and they communicated right away. And this explains why the Israelites were very successful, because the Ark of the Covenant was just right there, and whatever they need was just a snap. So they did not need the angels to take a plane to go to heaven. The plane was just right there, and that explains it. So the Ark of Covenant, the covenant or the Ark of the Covenant was like a swift messenger. Just like in OahspeCollegiUniversity recorded how you need an angel from a lower heaven to go to another heaven. They call swift messenger. This was your swift messenger. So the Ark of Ban was able to answer your prayers right away, whatever they needed. Now, as far as like, was it used for as a weapon of war? I don't know that, but I do know that OahspeCollegiUniversity finally recorded that the Ark of Ban was some type of communication that was used where the angels communicate in heaven, like a light. It's a light, a communication channel, and information was, to go back and forth. And we do see this with the Christian God also. He used it. Even the Muslim God used it to communicate with Muhammad. He had a light from his heaven straight to Muhammad, and he was communicating. The same thing goes with the Christian God. When he needed to communicate with Extra to translate the Bible, same thing. He had a light. So it is my conclusion you could call the light from heaven the Ark of Covenant. That's up to you. You could label it that. Light and peace, brothers and sisters. Bye-bye now.